Welcome to the top 10 free agents and predictions video. These are the top 10 free agents going 10 to 1 in all of baseball. True free agents. No options here, no player options, club options, anything. Just straight up free agents heading into the offseason. We are going to go 10 to 1. I'm going to give you 5 finalist teams with my ultimate team that I think will make the signing. So let's start with number 10. Clayton Kershaw. He'll be entering his age 34 season, coming off a 2021 where he went 10-8 with a 3.55 ERA and a 10.7 K per 9 rate. He only made 22 starts as injuries shortened his season, but he'll be poised to bounce back in 2022. 5 teams that could be bidding for his services. Obviously, the Dodgers will look to maybe bring him back. Crosstown rivals, the Angels, potentially. The Yankees, the Blue Jays, and the Giants could all be looking to bolster their pitching with Clayton Kershaw. But out of those 5, I actually am going to go with the Los Angeles Angels to sign Clayton Kershaw. I think the Dodgers make a decision and they go with Scherzer over Kershaw. So I am going to go with Clayton Kershaw and the LA Angels. Number 9, Robbie Ray. He'll be entering his age 30 season, coming off a career rebirth with the Blue Jays in 2021, where he went 13-7 with an AL best 2.84 ERA and 248 strikeouts. He also saw his walks per 9 rate dip to the lowest of his career at 2.4. The Jays certainly want to bring him back, but there will be several others in play for Ray. My 5 finalists are the Blue Jays, the Giants, the Angels, the Dodgers, and the Astros. In this scenario, I don't think the Angels are going to bring him in because they're going to go with Kershaw. The Dodgers are not going to get him because, as you'll see, they're going to get somebody else. I don't know if San Francisco gets him. I'm going to go with the Blue Jays to re-sign Robbie Ray and bring him back to be a part of what they hope to be a championship contending team. Number 8, it's Kris Bryant. And I tell you, it's going to get crazy for KB. He bounced back after a disaster in 2020 to post an .835 OPS with 25 home runs. Now, he might not be that 40-homer guy we thought he was going to be when he first came up, but that OPS, mid-20s to 30 home runs, and his defensive versatility will be attractive to many teams this offseason. I think we're going to hear a lot of teams. Any team that is trying to win in the postseason or going for a World Series is going to be connected to Bryant over the coming months. But in my opinion, his 5 finalists will be the Giants, the Blue Jays, the Mets, the Brewers, and the Mariners. And you know what? We're going to go one more here. We're going to go 6, and I'm going to add the Astros into the mix. Now, let's eliminate a few. First, the Mets. I think they make the qualifying offer to Conforto, make a strong push to bring back Stroman, and make a deal with one of the upcoming free agents that we'll talk about in a minute, so the Mets are out. I think the Jays are out. They'll address third base in a different way. His versatility for the outfield, yeah, that's nice, but they don't really need it right now. So the Jays are out. I don't think the Astros will spend the money and that they like Myers and McCormick, but you can see how Bryant would be a fit there, especially if they lose Correa. So it's down to the Giants, Mariners, and Brewers. I think his price gets too high for the Giants, and San Francisco really needs to prioritize starting pitching this offseason. So the Giants are out. Now we're down to the Mariners and the Brewers as the final 2, and it could go either way. We've learned Seattle made a strong push for Bryant at the deadline, so they like him. But as you'll soon see, I'm going to have Seattle making another splash here in free agency, and I really think they only make one. So I'm going with the Brewers to land Kris Bryant. They don't have a high payroll, so they could afford him. They have their pitching squared away, so the bats are where they need to continue to get better. Escobar is a free agent, so Bryant makes sense here. But my second pick for Bryant would be Seattle. Number 7, it's Max Scherzer. He's going to be entering his age 37 season, showing no signs of slowing down. In 2021, a 2.46 ERA, 15-4 record. By the time you're watching this, he could have won the National League Cy Young, certainly one of the finalists for that. 7-0 with a 1.98 ERA after the trade to LA. Just a great season. I think there are 5 finalists. It's the Dodgers, it's the Angels, San Francisco, Toronto, and New York. The Yankees are going to be looking to make an addition at pitcher. The Blue Jays are going to be looking to make an addition. San Francisco needs a bunch of guys. The Angels as well. The Angels in this scenario have already gone out and signed Kershaw, so we're going to have Scherzer going to the Dodgers. Number 6, shortstop Trevor Story. He'll be entering his age 29 season, and last year with Colorado, though it was a down year, won't matter when it comes to his free agent status and negotiation and everything. 24 homers, a 251 average, 801 slugging, everything was down. I equate it to some distractions within the organization. I think Trevor Story will be fine. The 5 teams that will be vying for his services: Seattle, Detroit, Miami, Oakland, and Houston. Detroit's going to be looking to make a splash, so will Miami. Oakland could look at making an upgrade. Houston, if they lose Correa, will need a new shortstop, but I'm going to go with the Mariners as the team to land Trevor Story. They make a splash. They make a statement that they are ready to go for an American League West title. Number 5, the shortstops keep on going. It's Javier Baez. He'll be entering his age 29 season, and last year between the Cubs and the Mets slashed 265, 319, and 494 with 31 home runs. I think there are 5 teams that will be trying to get Baez more than anyone else. Those 5 are the Mets, the Giants, the Tigers, the Twins, and the Astros. Those are my 5 finalists. We know why Houston's there if Correa leaves. The Twins are going to let Simmons go, so they could use a shortstop. The Tigers are looking to make a statement. The Giants could use an upgrade if they lose Kris Bryant. But I'm going to go with the Mets as the team that will re-sign Javier Baez. Number 4 on the list is Carlos Correa. He'll be entering his age 27 season, coming off a career year where numbers were either at career highs or better than career averages. 26 home runs, new career high. OPS of 850, higher than his career average of 837. The only issue here is he's only had 2 seasons where he had more than 500 at-bats. Does his injury history derail some of his negotiations? I still think there will be a lot of teams interested in Carlos Correa, so we're going to know more than 5. Basically, anybody that needs a shortstop could be in on Correa. Anyone that needs a shortstop isn't in New York or LA, of course. So we're going to go with the Tigers, the Astros, the A's, the Mariners, the Marlins, the Giants, the Twins, and the Blue Jays as the finalists making a push for Carlos Correa. Ultimately, I think he goes to the Tigers. The Tigers, like Seattle, make a statement saying that they are ready to make a run and win their division by bringing in Correa. Number 3, it's Corey Seager. He'll be entering his age 28 season. In this past year in LA, did have some injury issues again, but when he was in there, it was great. A 915 OPS, 16 homers in 95 games. Certainly on pace, if he could have been healthy, to have a career year. Will that derail his negotiations? Will he suffer the same fate as Carlos Correa, where teams try to play the injury history against him? We'll see. The 5 finalists for Seager: LA, New York, Yankees and Mets, Miami, and Seattle. Now in this scenario, Seattle has already signed Trevor Story, so they're out. The Mets have already signed Javier Baez, so they're out. So it kind of falls to LA, the Yankees, and the Marlins. And I think it's the Dodgers that will make the play. The Dodgers bring back Seager and Scherzer in this video. I think Seager, the age, only entering his age 28 season, makes sense to re-sign Seager and not Kershaw. With Kershaw, if they pay him, they'll be paying for some down years. With Seager, they should be paying for mostly prime years. Number 2, Marcus Semien. It's going to be his age 31 season next year, and in 2021, he had an all-time best season. 45 homers, the most by a second baseman. Career numbers across the board: 45 home runs, 102 RBI, and 873 OPS. Just amazing season for Marcus Semien. If not for Ohtani and Vladdy, Marcus Semien would probably be the MVP. The teams that I think will be going for Semien the most aggressively: the Blue Jays, the Marlins, the Twins, the A's, the Mets, and the Giants. If his salary demands go to $30 million or more, I think the Blue Jays are out. The Mets, in this scenario, we have re-signing Baez. The Giants are not going to go to that level. I think Miami could make a big splash here. They don't have a ton of money already allocated. They can move some of the money they do have around and make Marcus Semien their big splash. So I have Semien going to Miami. That's 3 teams now that are making a splash saying we're ready to go for it. Miami bringing in Semien, the Tigers bringing in Correa, and Seattle bringing in Story. And the number 1 free agent, it's Freddy Freeman, the 2020 MVP. Put up incredible numbers again in 2021. A near 900 OPS, 31 home runs, led the league with 120 runs scored. If he'd been hitting lower in the lineup, he would have had 120 RBI. But a great year from Freddy Freeman. This will be his age 32 season. So how many years does he want? How many years is a team willing to offer him is going to be a big question. The teams that I think will be finalists for him: Atlanta, San Francisco, Houston, Miami, and Minnesota. At the end of the day, I think there is absolutely no chance that the Braves aren't the team to bring him in. So give me the Atlanta Braves re-signing the number 1 free agent this offseason, Freddy Freeman. Make sure to comment below and let me know what you think. Who are your top free agents? Who do you think lands those shortstops? Who do you think lands the pitchers? Do you think Freddy Freeman's going back to Atlanta? Comment below and let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll enjoy some of the other videos I've put up. I'll add links to those here for you to check out right now. I want to thank you for spending some time with the channel and supporting BALLCAP Sports. I appreciate that. And thank you for watching this.